Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, and Grant Miles.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Wow.
Watch out.
Hey.
Wow.
Sizzling. That's
Holy
hot.
shit.
Did you like that?
That was my first time to hear that.
Me too.
Wow.
Me too.
That was dope.
What's up, man? 7 o'clock. And you know what that means is on this specific day? Well, there's two things. Number one, Astros start.
Woohoo!
Well, they start, and that's spring games. Or however you want to.
Spring, summer.
Preseason, spring, summer games.
Yeah, we're beyond
Training.
spring.
Yeah. So
Game.
another thing, Grant Miles, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grant.
Ah,
It's the birthday.
It's been a good day, Grant.
It has
Yeah.
been, yeah.
Papa Miles.
What you been
with
doing
the
all
B-Day.
day? How you celebrating?
Well, just
He told us he didn't even go to work.
No, I didn't go to work. That's
Well,
the
he's telling
first
every-
step.
Yeah.
That's the first step.
Yeah.
And just hung out with a wife. you
Hey,
know, just enjoyed
so
our
for
time
all y'all
together.
out there, if Grant's not on point today, listen, he had no work today, so he had plenty of time to research.
And Pacific Coast Tacos makes really good margaritas.
Oh, nice.
There's that too. There's that
Bingo.
too.
So Astros starting, obviously. So again, welcome everybody. Sports with Balls, 7 o'clock. We're live. And we are coming to you live from Prime Social here on Westheimer, man. Amazing, amazing joint over here, man. They've got poker tables going right now. This is a pretty cool place, man. Full bar, everything. I mean, what do you think, Lauren? I love this place.
No, it's definitely really cool vibes. Super chill in here. You know, you feel very safe. You know, if you're worried about the COVID spread and everything like that, it's a very calm environment, but fun at the same time. I mean, hey, you can walk away with some money in your pocket.
Hey,
Hey.
who doesn't like that? And if you say, like, if you come here, what is it that they're giving?
So here's the really cool deal about Prime Social is that you can come here and your first hour, the entire hour, you can play for free. When you mention Sports with Balls, like when you come here, that's like unheard of, right? So you come to Prime Social, you mention Sports with Balls, play an entire hour free, or you could go home with a T-shirt, a hat, or get half price food. When mentioning Sports with Balls, Sports with Balls, Sports with Balls here at Prime Social.
Yeah.
An hour?
I know. I just
hour.
thought about that. I was like, man, I might play when I get done.
Damn, that's a long
For
time.
free? I mean,
An hour. Holy.
I mean, now listen, I don't know much. Look, I am not the poker player, bro.
neither.
Like
Oh, you don't play?
no, people love me to play because it's free money.
For real.
It is free money when I play. Like so. But again, man, we're here to talk about some sports, and we are here at Prime Social. So welcome everybody for joining in, man. Thank you to these guys for. We'll be here on Mondays, at least for the next 6-7 weeks, man. I love it, dude.
Legit.
Yeah.
I like it.
Absolutely love it.
Where is it? Where is this place? What's the address? Do you
Right
know,
there,
just in case
right here
people
on
need to know?
Westheimer and Voss, right on the corner.
I'll go to my Waze. It'll
All right.
tell me what the address was.
Ways. It's Hillcroft and Westheimer. But
7801 Westheimer Road.
You beat me to it, Grant.
boom, got it. So the Astros start. The Astros start in actually, I think, about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you who the starting pitcher is. I don't know how long they're going to keep him in. But just to have them back on television, just phenomenal.
Well, we got the lineup. You want to hear the lineup?
Yes, shoot.
So we got Springer, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, Gurriel, Correa, Reddick, Diaz, and Maldonado.
They still now, if this is opening day lineup, they still have Correa hitting way down, and I don't know. Well, Alvarez isn't back, so Correa's protecting Reddick. I don't know how that's going to work out, but Correa was cleanup for years and years. I don't know if they're still looking to see how he's coming back from. Obviously, Mr. Injury prone as far as the Astros, but
Well, I'll say this. I looked at Fangraph and kind of their projections for 2020. And, of course, we're going to do our baseball show Thursday, right?
yeah, baseball special
Yeah.
Thursday.
So I'll go into all that. But I noticed Fangraph at least specs a lot out of Brantley this year.
Yep.
as far as their projections on his numbers, his OPS, his average. Everything. They're expecting big things from him.
It's also his contract year, him and
Yes.
Springer, so they usually play good on contract years. Also, NBA came out 0, 0, 0 positive cases with all their testing down in Florida in the so-called bubble. What? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So
great.
we talked numerous times about how NFL or whoever was coming after what league was going to start first and how they would do it and if it would work. So the NBA's plan, and I've heard numerous stories about how they're doing it. It's very, very specific. Like people locked in their rooms for weeks. Reporters have to stay. They can't even come out of their room for like 10 days. But whatever they're doing is working.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
0 tests. So.
And that's surprised with all like the snitch hotline, and we can get into that a little bit later on.
Yeah, of course. But we are here to talk about sports. We couldn't talk about it without some of our sponsors. Number one being Joe Applewhite, my man, Applewhite Realty. If you're considering a move to Houston or know somebody that is, call Applewhite Realty at 713-291-5270. Mention Sports with Balls and it'll pay for your move. And we all know moving is the most obnoxious thing out there. Applewhite Realty, 713-291-5270, commercial and residential. Also, Prime Texas Metal Roofs, man. Thank you guys so much for what you do for us and what you do around Houston. Look, they just said 2 tropical storms are hitting up. We all know rain came today, started pouring down. So whether it's residential or commercial, you can count on Prime Texas Roofs for any and all of your roofing needs. Call today. Free, no obligation estimate. 832-755-1440. That's Prime Texas Metal Roofs.
Jeff, you mentioned the rain. I was sitting in my car waiting to come in. It was coming down so hard. Man. You got to call Prime Texas Metal Roofs. And also, Construction Concepts. They are changing corporate culture one design at a time. For more than 22 years, they have earned a reputation for high-end design and expert building services across multiple industries, from hospitality, you talk about corporate, luxury retail, and medical facilities. They're a team of the experts, and they can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations. So give them a call at 713-589-2682. That's buildhouston.com. And of course, we got to thank Thiessen Law Firm. They will take care of all your law needs.
Thiessen.
Yeah, from criminal, family, so much more. Give them a call at 713-864-9000. And when you mention Sports with Balls, you get your free consultation. That is Thiessen Law Firm. Thank you so much for all you guys for making this happen.
The Astros are about to start playing. Super, super stoked. I mean, I don't care if it is I don't even know. How would you put summer ball, summer camp? I think they say summer camp.
I know it's been summer camp, so yeah.
I think it's summer camp is the way they are actually pronouncing it right now. But the Astros are playing. Did y'all watch any of the games the last couple of days?
I've watched a little bit,
I
yeah.
haven't.
I haven't watched a ton, but I've watched a little bit.
I watched almost every one of them, lots of hours of it. I have really, really mixed feelings and emotions about how this no fan thing is going.
Yes.
They pump in the crowd noise, which is fine, and it gets you a little bit more entertained. But I mean, it is different. Like at first, you're excited, you're stoked, like, oh wow, they're playing.
Yeah.
But then after a couple innings, it's really slow.
Yes.
I
Right.
mean, it's so because usually they're panning into the crowd, and they have you fail to realize how much the camera crew and the production that goes into an actual baseball game, or there's not a lot of that now.
Right.
It's just after watching a bunch of these games, I try to focus on the talent, but you are focused on how there isn't a crowd and how they have these cutouts in some of these games and a couple of things that are going on. It is a little slower, or seems a little slower.
It's funny to see the cutouts. I will say I've seen photos and everything like that in other stadiums, and it's funny to see them, and I understand what they're doing. You got to do what you can. But I think having the crowd noise for the Astros, I think that will definitely help. But it's baseball. I'm just ready for it to be
Glad it's back.
Yeah, it's exciting to see baseball, no doubt. I mean, you watch and guys are throwing real pitches and guys are really trying to hit it. And but yeah, like Jeff said, and that's what was my concern when we talked about a couple shows about the Cubs doing that kind of inter-squad scrimmage they had, and that dude Wilson, their catcher, hit a home run, and it was just crickets, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah, it's just strange, man. It's so weird.
It's gonna be weird.
There is commentary though, or at least I know that the Astros posted that there will be audio tonight. So
yeah, there
MLB
is,
TV.
but it's different. It's really different.
It's going to be a different feel to it. I mean, crowds make a huge difference. I mean, it just does. And players have even said it themselves. The crowd makes a big deal in how they play. It doesn't make them play good or bad or anything like that, but it just gives them energy. It gives them, it pumps them up. It gets them excited. Like, not having that is, I mean, it's going to be a lot more mental on their part, just trying to get themselves up to par.
That's what it sounds like when somebody hits a home run.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And shoot, I feel the players, man, if you're talking to me, I feed off of your energy, you feed off of my energy. We're going at it. That's how I am as a person in general.
So Thursday night is opening night. The Astros are playing I think the Astros are playing Thursday, or they're playing Friday. Okay, so there's two games. I think it's the Yankees and Tampa Bay and somebody else. But Thursday night is opening. It's a weird I don't know if this is weird or how anybody, I mean, there's been political stuff all over, obviously, the news, and that's not one of the things that we like to get into, but Dr. Fauci is going to throw out the first pitch at the Washington Nationals game.
Interesting.
That is strange.
Yes.
Out of all the people you could pick to throw out the first pitch, this is who you pick?
So here's the guess, or here's the question.
Like, for real?
How close do you think that's going to get to home plate?
Oh, that's a good over-under. Like, I mean,
there you go.
Like, how accurate?
We're at the perfect place for that.
Correct. Like, how accurate do you think that pitch will be?
First of all, they're not going to have him throw from the pitcher's mound.
Hell no.
That's impossible.
I would ask that they do that, because if they do that, I don't think it's going to make it halfway.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm curious to know how close he's going to get to the catcher's mound.
It's strange to know that the Washington Nationals picked Fauci to throw out the pitch. I mean, dude, there's so many people with so much going on that you could have chose to throw out a first pitch, and they chose this guy.
I mean, COVID's been the name of this year, so maybe that's why.
That dude's like, he'll probably be Tom's Man of the Year and be all that stuff.
I mean, look, so they're pumping in crowd noise, right? Are they going to pump in boos or cheers?
Yeah, that's funny.
Are they going to?
That'd be funny.
I mean, it depends on who
man.
the operator is, right?
That is an interesting choice as far as having somebody throw out a first pitch. That would have not been my first choice.
I know it was a very, very strange story that just came out a little bit ago, and I was like, man, that's interesting. Now another one, Yasiel Puig did not sign with Atlanta that he was going to,
and there's a reason why. Yeah,
came up positive for COVID.
So he's like, nope.
Yeah.
We're looking to win now. This year, 2020, you tested positive. Sorry, bro. We're looking for another right fielder.
Yeah.
and that's a thing now. It's not injury keeping you from getting signed. It's COVID.
It's COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's strange. Absolutely. I just listen. Yasiel Puig, what's he been famous for? A couple of hits, maybe some homers, and his attitude on the field, and maybe even in the locker room.
Right.
Do I consider him an elite player? Not at the moment.
No.
Not at all. So I mean, it was breaking news when he went to Atlanta because of Atlanta's lineup. Atlanta is insanely good, like really good. So he would just add to something, a fear factor, I guess, for pitchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 58 appearances with the Dodgers in post, which is
That's
one
a lot.
of the most.
Yeah, that's a ton.
I mean, the dude's played a ton. I mean, no doubt. I mean, he's
the Astros have seen him a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't fare good against us, thank God. But Yasiel Puig is not that big of a name. Another big story is that guy Baird making the Rockies team after 8 years of not. This guy pitched, I think, in 2013.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And he makes their roster.
Right.
Well, I read up on him because I'm like, this is so intriguing. So he had gone to the Diamondbacks to be a mentor coach to kind of help the players and get their mind right. And he would throw grounders and, just help out the team where he could. And then this January, apparently, he was just like warming up and easily throwing 90-mile-per-hour pitches and was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to give it a shot. And then, boom. Now he's with Colorado.
Good for him. Good for him.
7 seasons later.
That's called persistence is what that's called.
Yeah.
Persistence?
Yes.
Never give up on your dreams.
Correct.
That's
Absolutely.
what I say.
Absolutely.
Never.
Damn. Oh, we didn't even Johnny J. We forgot to welcome in Johnny J. We get the he's here helping us out do this. Again, we're here at Prime Social and want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching.
Absolutely.
Man, this place is really neat.
I
I'm
felt
excited.
really important when I walked in.
Yes.
Like the guy at the guard, walked through metal
Yeah.
detector, and the dudes up front with security. Like when I was like, man, this
Definitely
place
a
is,
safe environment.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is locked down.
All right.
You're damn right.
With super comfy like leather chairs and everything too. Like
I know. I'm sitting here
this-
like a kid
is
messing
this
with them. I'm
Is
going
this the
up and
first
down.
time that we've sat in comfortable chairs? It
might be.
Like I think all the shows that we've done, this
It
is the
might
most
be.
comfortable that we've been on a set.
Yes.
there you go. So hey, you
Absolutely.
can join us too. I mean, yeah, got the leather chairs. All
And happy birthday, Papa! Happy birthday. Now we're not gonna ask you your age,
That's
so
fine.
it's
I
all
don't
right.
mind.
yeah,
telling you.
yeah. You don't get those
Oh, man.
freaking slammed like I do.
42 years old.
42.
How about
42
it?
years young,
Jackie
baby.
Jackie
That's right.
Robinson.
That's right.
Other baseball news. This is a really, really interesting story. Is the Blue Jays? Canada has basically told them they can't play there.
Right.
So Pittsburgh it's going to have to be somewhere up northeast. Where do they play?
So I know that over the weekend they were deciding between two of their farm leagues in Buffalo or Rogers Center. And it was funny because a former Yankee kind of like took a stab at them for that. And who was it? I have it. And it was Phil Hughes. He was like, I was going to say that Buffalo doesn't have an adequate facilities to host an MLB season, but I guess it wouldn't be all that different than the Rogers Center.
Ooh.
I'm like, ooh, stab. No, so anyways, they were supposed to either those two places, but it came out today at PNC. It could be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's the leading spot for them to go to. Because they need a professional. Well, there's no crowd, so I mean, look, as long as the measurements are right, play anywhere, right?
Right,
I mean, they're
right.
playing a game at Field of Dreams this year.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean,
Who
so
cares?
we, go anywhere.
Is anybody shocked that Canada did that? I'm not. I remember when I saw that. I remember when I saw that headline
Dude,
on there.
if there's
I was
anybody
like,
from Canada
okay, that
watching.
makes sense.
They're gonna be okay. I don't know if that's a stab at Canada from Papa Miles, but
I mean, who,
Is it?
I don't know.
Have
if
you
it's
been
a
to
cab-
Canada?
are
I
you
don't know if
hating
it's-
on? Are you hating on the Canadians?
I don't know if it's a stab at
Canada.
Canada, but yeah, I mean, is anybody shocked by that? I'm not. I was expecting that.
But I mean, those are sort of the things that are going on in baseball right now. Again, we're all super stoked that you can watch live baseball on air now.
Oh, look.
Oh, look.
Oh,
When
sorry.
like
When it
I
balloons.
hit the balloon. My bad. I'm
Woohoo,
sorry.
he's like baseball. Yes.
Too many too many margaritas already for Papa Miles over there.
I wouldn't say too many.
3 many?
I've had, it was good. I had a good day with my wife. I had a good day with my wife. It was nice.
Exactly.
If
exactly.
Good
Grant
time.
has to get up halfway through the show, it's all right. We get it.
It's
We
all
get
good,
it. We got some breaking news. After the breaking news and sponsors, hot topics. You want to Lauren? You ready?
Let's get into it. So we have some lovebirds. It's funny because last show it was about Danica Patrick and Aaron Rodgers breaking up. Is he a jerk nowadays? We're talking about that. Anyways, we're moving on to the Heart love story. So Clemson star quarterback Trevor Lawrence put a ring on it. Over the weekend, he took his girlfriend to the field and asked her hand in marriage. It's so super cute. I believe we have a photo we're showing. His fiance Marissa Mowry posted the collection of photos that was taken at the proposal, and it quote, easiest yes of my life. I love you,
Maybe
Trevor.
we shouldn't have had Lauren do that story.
What was wrong with that story?
That was a good story.
I mean, because it's like Lauren, it's like it's beautiful, and like we're the guys. If you notice, any guys that reported on that, they're like his knee wasn't all the way down,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
play's still going, like it's not over. Like,
Well, and
of course she hit the jackpot. I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. She says the easiest yes ever. Like, absolutely. I mean, she's like, like
It is
Patrick
funny
Mahomes
though
girl.
because, like you said, his knee isn't all the way down. Like, oh,
Can't mess them pants
Yep.
up.
he didn't
Can't
get
get
the
grass
down.
stains on the pants.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. All right, and then
And he
moving
copied
on.
Colt McCoy, by the way. Colt McCoy.
Is that what he did?
Yes, Colt McCoy did the exact same thing. He asked his girlfriend
Oh, he
to marry
did.
him
After
on
he-
a 50-yard line at DKR. Yes, he did. He was
All-
copying Longhorns.
Whoop.
There we go. Always got to come back to Texas. And then another one, flipping the switch to MLB, Mookie Betts. His likes are supporting one another on social media. So it's been noticed that he has been liking photo after photo after photo of the Red Sox. And could he be going back to Boston?
I mean, how would that be possible?
Well, I mean, if they sign him as a free agent, it's not happening
Yeah.
this year, but if they sign him as a free agent, they can. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
That's
He's
kind of the
been
risky
liking-
run.
Yeah.
When you do something like that, you get rid of them. But hey, Red Sox could come out genius. They get draft picks, they get things back from the Dodgers, and then they get to sign them back. I mean, that's genius.
There's breaking news that just came out, just so y'all know that are watching the show. NFL players have offered no preseason games to the NFLPA. So we'll see if they accept that or not. But that's an offer that just came on the table from the NFL to the players to see if they. I'm almost 100% guaranteed the players are going to say yes.
I'm surprised they haven't already agreed.
Yeah, like it shouldn't even be. I mean, it should be they'd agreed to it already. But yeah, I doubt we'll see NFL preseason games this year.
Well, yeah, another thing is that the PA didn't want it. The league wanted it. They were trying to scale down to comply with the PA. And so they're like, okay, we'll do one. I guess they're eliminated.
Yep.
They're eliminated. And I know that COVID, they also came out with they'll be testing daily for the first 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am. They did come out with that. Because they were nervous. You saw the tweets that the players put out that, about what rules they were going to implement to keep the players' safety. And the NFL has been very quiet on how their protocols so far
Right.
for coming back.
Right.
And so today they did come out with they're going to do the first 2 weeks, they'll be tested every day. So, I mean, I can see them following a little bit of the NBA standard now that they came out with zero test.
Yes.
So I can see how that goes.
Right, and then they said if it goes down to like 5% or less positive, then they'll start testing every other day rather than
Hey,
every
look,
day. So
football comes back. I don't care what they got to do.
Well, the only thing I have about the players is safety is a big deal for them, supposedly, correct? Like they're saying, oh, we're concerned about safety, we don't know safety. But they make a big deal when they make a rule that they can't do the jersey exchange at the end of the game.
I know. Richard
I mean, that's
Sherman
just
made a
part
deal
of
out
it.
of
I
that, too.
think that-
It was funny.
That's part of it. And so that's what I'm
It's
saying.
funny.
Is it dumb? Yes, I agree that it is, but it's one of those steps of them trying to make the game safer for them. And they're like, well, we want to make sure we're safe. Okay, well, we'll take away your jersey exchange. Well, hold on just a second. Why are you taking that away from us? Like, come on, guys.
That's true. It's true. Can't have your cake and eat it, too. But whenever they came out with that, Richard Sherman's like, bro, we're breathing down each other's necks. And then,
Yeah, and then you
like,
say
for like 90 minutes or however,
Right.
3 hours or
Right.
so
look,
long.
just
and then,
do it in the locker room. You don't have to do it in front of the cameras.
Correct. Absolutely.
Oh, and then that first reporter that's going to get in there is going to be like, and then it's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Whoever breaks that story.
we haven't been in locker rooms like you. We're not popular, and we don't know how to. None of us have ever been in that. So,
Yeah.
next, you got some more stories?
Yeah, we got one more. We got one more to go. So I joke about this. The most animated guy in sports, the most animated guy in NFL is now partnered with Subway. And I'm not talking about the Watt brothers because we've all seen those funny commercials. Bill Belichick
I saw that.
Oh, yeah, that picture.
was
that.
spotted. There were a couple of pictures spotted making a Subway commercial. So
saw that
that was
one.
put out, and I think we have some photos of it too. But yeah, looks like he is going to be partnering with Subway. I just wonder what he's going to say in this commercial.
I mean,
that
they
was
had to
good.
pay him some pretty damn good money. Like, I mean, you know him. He doesn't get out in public. He doesn't
Right.
do anything.
He
He's a
doesn't talk.
very, very secretive person. Yeah, everybody's seen his post-game interviews, and he's stoic. He's very, to the point. And maybe they use that to their advantage, Subway does. Like, hey, ham and cheese sandwich, $5. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
how-
something
it's just
simple and
something
plain.
very, very, however. But, there he is doing his thing. That's what we got for Hot Topics.
Yeah, those are our
Bingo!
hot, sizzling topics.
We need a sizzle button. Johnny, we need a sizzle button.
Let me say one thing about one that
Yeah,
you did.
go ahead,
The
go ahead.
The Mookie Betts.
Oh, okay.
I find it, and that's probably because now I'm 42. I find it really strange and weird how a lot is brought into a player liking or not liking what another team does. Like, is that how we determine now if a guy likes a team or not? Is that how we do that?
And I feel like it is because players have never really been able to have a voice, right?
Right.
Until recently. And how are they using their voice? Through social media, through social platforms.
Yeah, I mean, look at what
and that
just
was a way to
happened.
do
Look
it.
at what just happened with Twitter, with all the NFL players coming out. J.J. Watt leading the pack, complaining about what's the protocol for testing. And then, the next day they came up, or they at least went public with
Right.
with how they were going to go about it. So I believe that, players can use that. I mean, another prime example, Antonio Brown today.
Garrett says it's his birthday. He can have as many marks as he wants.
That's correct. You're damn right.
Tell him, Garrett. That's right. And then,
You're
like,
getting a lot of happy birthdays on
know,
here.
I know.
Birthday boy.
Maybe we should just have the Grant Miles show. You know, we'll do like Grant Miles for 30 minutes, and then we'll do us.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. So
do you feel put together enough for that today?
No, it's all good, man. I like having y'all here. I want y'all to talk.
He sounds like if Johnny hits that all right, but it sounds just like
all right.
There we go.
All right.
That's right, Johnny J.
It's great. I love it. But I mean, listen, Antonio Brown also came out today and said he's retiring. He's done.
Dude, this guy kills me. He kills me.
I just loved the people that were like, "Oh, I want him on the Texans." I'm like, I want him on the Texans so we can sell the team, right? Because I want him, I want him to destroy the locker room. And I told many people this: he's the Carmelo Anthony of football. Like, he's just a cancer in the locker room. And the guy, look, on-field talent-wise, is he amazing? 100%. I mean, if he kept his shit together, the guy would be up there with the top 5 wide receivers of all time.
Oh,
well, look,
no doubt.
Well, look, I mean, he was practicing with Wilson, right? Running routes and catching passes from him. So it's like Steve Carroll, obviously.
Well, with Cam Newton as well.
Pete Carroll wasn't obviously interested in him.
Steve Carroll.
Steve Carroll. I was like,
Steve Carroll.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, but I think what you said, though, I think it's a little unfair to Carmelo. I'm not a huge Carmelo Anthony fan, but I don't put Antonio Brown and Carmelo Anthony in the same category.
I do.
Not at
Both
all.
of them on the fence. Like, neither one of them. Look, Carmelo came out of Syracuse, won his freshman year, national champion, came out, thought he was a badass, but what's he done?
I mean, he's done quite a bit. He's not. He's definitely not in that category of the guys he was drafted with. But
every team he went to went down the shitter.
Well, unfortunately, he played for the Knicks, so I mean that's.
Well,
you can't get much down the shitter.
Well, he went
than
to
the
Denver, and Denver had an incredible team, and he just was a locker room nuisance. And then he got known to that. Somebody, Thomas.
Thomas Puig licks bat, which is how COVID started.
Puig licks bats. Thanks, Thomas. But. I love me some TQ. Big Thomas, man. Y'all ever seen Thomas? Like, he looks like a football player. He's huge. He's like 6'6".
Did he play?
I'm not gonna say his weight because that's I don't know. But he's a big boy.
No?
He's a big boy. I don't know if Thomas played. I have no idea. But he worked at a lot of places. Oh, he did play football. Johnny says he did. So Thomas, if you're watching, tell us where you played. But again, Antonio Brown saying he's retired. Is this over? I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I think he just wants attention. I think Antonio Brown says stuff to get attention.
Yeah, you're right, because nobody's talked about him for at least a month.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and so now
he's like, back to me, guys.
Like, I gotta have my voice heard again.
Correct.
Come on.
I'll retire, or sometimes maybe he's doing something like that to have people message him and go, no, please don't retire, come play with us. So who knows what he's doing, but he's definitely doing it for some attention. That's for sure.
I agree.
If you're out there listening, AB, just please get someone to speak to.
Yeah.
You want to get him some help?
Manage your account.
No, don't get help. Keep going. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
You just said he's cancer.
Listen, I didn't say it. Look, I'm not an owner of an NFL team. I'm on a sports show. Whatever he's doing, keep doing it. Like, the more entertainment, the better, man. Like, like, no help for you, bro. Like, whatever you're taking and drinking, just keep doing it. Like, you're good to go. But NFL news, the camps open up in 2 weeks.
Thank God.
July 25th, training camps begin. Actually, the rookies reported today. They report
tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight they do. And I didn't know this about rookies. The first 2 days of the rookies reporting, the Texans rookies did because they're early. But the first 2 days, they're just testing because they get all the playbooks and stuff prior to. So the first 2 days, that's why rookies report 2 days prior to, and they go through 2 days of testing to see if they learn the playbooks. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, you got to think about it. Think about how much those guys have in normal years, normal seasons. They have been involved in some kind of workout at the facility, practices, OTAs, mini camps. They would have normally done all that by now.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
And they
Physicals.
haven't done a thing. And I just wonder how it'll make the end product.
That's what blows my mind is that the MLB and the NBA, one of them had their season interrupted. The other one was supposed to start and got postponed. The NFL has been able to kick back and relax and say, all right, we have time on our hands, but now it's getting down to it. I'm just like, why didn't they
will the NFL
make these decisions early?
Will the NFL start on time?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
I don't think so. You think so?
No,
What
and
makes
yes.
you say that? Well, see, you may come up and be like, I have inside information that it will, and it'll totally trump what I said. So,
No, I don't, unfortunately, this time.
okay.
But
Side went out.
I'm just thinking that in general, they're learning from the NBA, and they're
Yeah.
about to start learning from both the NBA and MLB. Literally starting on Thursday night
Right.
with opening day. They're going to see how all of that goes so that they can lead into football. And I know MLB is not contact, but NBA is. And I think they're going to take all those protocols, all those precautions, and use them in the NFL. And they're going to start. They haven't pushed back training camp.
Yeah, they haven't. I just wonder when you get some people that start testing positive, I just wonder what that will do. Because it just seems like if someone tests positive, that pushes things back a week. And then if you have
It
numerous
does,
people
yeah.
doing that, I just, right now, I still think the season's going to happen. I'm not doubting the season's going to happen because NFL is going to play football come hell or high water.
Yes, I agree.
But I think there's a good chance that it could be pushed back, yeah.
College has actually made a couple of moves. If we're sticking to football just for a second, the SEC and has basically said we're playing football.
Yeah, the SEC.
I mean, they don't care if they have to play they are playing football. Which
Fans
is
or no
pretty
fans?
interesting. Well, that's the big decision right now, and how this whole thing plays out. And I heard a guy today say that fans won't be in the stadium until 2022. That is not.
22?
That's not going to happen.
That's absurd.
that is deep.
Well, that's
Wow.
not going to
Okay.
happen because you're not even going to. At that point, I mean, you lose so much. Like everybody will just give up on their teams as far as revenue is concerned. Like owners will be like, you know what? Like I'm out. Why would you stick? Like that's just.
That would kill college athletics if you did
Well,
that.
Well,
And-
I know someone who has UT, the season ticket holder, and he was saying that literally today he got an email from them asking, okay, do you want to keep these seats? Do you want to give them up? Because normally they increase each year,
Yeah.
and then see if you can move around. So they're working
There's
within.
a
their
toss up between
organizations.
some people saying it's 50,000 people. Like I've seen that say, half the stands full. Like somebody, okay, it goes back to somebody's going to have to make a leap, right? One of these stadiums, one of these people is going to have to make a stand and say, okay, well, we're going to allow fans in.
Yeah.
And then let's see what happens after that.
And I've thought that since this whole shutdown in like late March, whenever they stopped the NBA, they stopped NCAA, March Madness, et cetera, I'm like, you know what? If this is how it's going to be, and if sports do come back, because that wasn't decided for the longest time.
Yes.
That if they continue, they're not going to have fans this season, like in any leagues. That's what I proposed months ago.
I just think SEC especially. I mean, they have so many small towns in southern part of the United States.
They're going to play football.
They need football. Like, they
Yeah.
got nothing else going on. They're going to play.
I agree.
I'm not shocked that SEC came through and did that and said, "Oh, we're going to play."
Now, what
So,
about Notre Dame?
Notre Dame's a different story. Who knows what they're going to do? The thing about Notre Dame is they can do whatever the hell they
Good
want.
one. Nobody knows what the hell they're
Notre
gonna
Dame
do.
can do whatever the hell they want, though. They're an independent. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
they have
can-
their
they
own
can play
rules,
or
I
not.
guess.
Yeah.
But football-wise, I mean, that's what's going on. We've got a lot of people. At least, listen. NFL came out with how they're going to do the testing, appeased whatever tweets that all these NFL players put out. So, rookies reported at least for the Texans and Chiefs. They reported today. All the other rookies report tomorrow. And look, for all intents and purposes, the NFL is moving forward with no preseason games, and will start the season on time.
And just in case anybody out there cares, like myself, Cowboys rookies will report to
my
training camp in Frisco on
Is it?
It's his
Tuesday,
birthday, let
but they
him
won't
have
be allowed
it.
into the facility until Saturday
my
afternoon
gosh.
at the earliest following the passing of 2 COVID tests. This is consistent with a memo the NFL distributed today. So, just in case you want to know.
Okay,
No.
we got
Cowboys show
Texans,
up
we got
tomorrow.
Cowboys, but is
Thank you.
Washington football showing up? Is Washington football showing up?
This
Great segue.
Oh man,
That's a good segue.
have you seen the stories that are coming out with John Gruden?
Jay Gruden.
Jay Gruden? No,
Yeah.
John.
J-
Or is it Jay? Is
Jay,
it Jay?
it's Jay.
Jay
John,
was
Okay.
a Washington
John's-
coach.
Yeah. So there's a story that he. I posted it the other day on Sports with Balls on if you guys go to
I read
Facebook.
that.
Did you see that?
Yes. That was-
I even the headline for me was just like wow, and people
It's
were like,
nuts.
"Is this real?"
So explain a little bit so everybody knows what you're talking about.
Grant, you want to put like
I'll
okay,
do it. Yeah, absolutely.
this is flat out one of the most like, and I said this on Thursday that this story was going to be huge, and this is unbelievable what's going on in Washington with. They're benching players for cheating with girls that they were dating, like the head coaches were dating, and I mean.
So I'll give you an idea. So what we had in our post, I'll read one of the things that came up. It just basically went line by line here, and like you said, some of the allegations that you have on this are amazing. You have supposedly NFL officials that have been paid upwards of $2 million by Redskins officials or Washington football team, whatever we can call them now. $2 million to influence games, which if you're a Washington fan, and I know some of them are watching or listening, you have to be pissed off. You have to be pissed off because you paid to cheat and it didn't even work. You still sucked. But so according to this, it says,
well, no, I think that they were doing it on purpose. Like, they were betting over and unders from what I'm,
right.
From what I'm hearing.
Well, like the Astros, if I'm going to cheat, I want to win something. According to two sources close within the D.C. media world, the alleged bombshell report involving the Washington Redskins will contain the following. Dan Snyder abuses drugs and alcohol and that it leads into Redskins' workplace culture.
Mm-hmm. Snyder
has paid off NFL officials to fix games, and some refs has made over $2 million from Snyder.
Whoa.
He's also, which I saw this, and I was like, this could lead to something. He also is not the only owner to pay.
To do that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, correct.
So opening up a can of worms. But I think they'll probably hide it, almost like the Astros thing.
Oh, it'll happen.
And did you see Mark Cuban over the weekend was like, if you make mistakes,
admit it.
own up to them?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Snyder and former Redskins coach Jay Gruden pimped out their cheerleaders to season ticket holders while holding their passports for them in a foreign country.
Yeah, we talked about that last week with Lauren, about
Correct.
how they're allowed to go to their cheerleading camps over in Mexico and wherever they're doing their photo shoots.
Just to watch them do their photo shoots.
Yes,
like,
which
how
is
disgusting.
weird, which is extreme. Yeah. Redskins running back Cabri Bibbs.
Oh, here it is. This is great.
So Jay Gruden and
here I got to recap here.
Cabri Bibbs. Yeah,
Jay Gruden slept with the Redskins receptionist. Cabri Bibbs also slept with her. Bibbs was benched as a result for sleeping with her, and Bibbs' backup misses a block that leads to Alex Smith's injury.
So coaches knew he was benched for it.
Yeah, no, they knew that the guy was okay. So there was obviously a receptionist in the Washington organization, and Jay Gruden was sleeping with her. Well, one of the players slept with her, so he benched the player, and then his backup, that was I think it's a left tackle, was in there and missed the block that led to Alex Smith's injury, where his knee almost killed him for what people were saying.
He had severe blood loss because of what happened to him.
How insane is this story getting?
It's just crazy. Like at first, I remember when we had gotten on the show the last time, all that stuff was just breaking, so we really hadn't heard all of this.
Yeah.
All the details, right?
And then you sent that out, and it's crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
And I know Ron Rivera came out, and he was the first one to speak about it, which was unfortunate. He shouldn't have had to do that.
No.
And it says that Bibbs also went on to say that Jack Gruden said that they had huge late-night parties at the Redskins parks with drugs and alcohol and all the females that worked for the organization.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I think.
Sorry if you are a Redskins fan, because this is the tip of the iceberg.
Well, and I had mentioned one of the things that I said is my concern. Well, not concern. If these kinds of things happen, then they should come out. But what I'm seeing happen, though, is just like with the Astros situation, if you think this is the only thing that this has happened, maybe not to this extent, but some of this kind of culture is happening only at Washington, then I think you're mistaken.
And that's
for sure.
And I think it starts from the top. I mean, you got to go in there, Roger Goodell, and take control of your league, do some investigating, and realize what's happening in each organization.
Yep.
It's not just there, like you said.
Well, and you can't treat the players in a way that every little thing that they do becomes an FBI or some league investigation, and then have something like this happen, which in my opinion is on a scale beyond anything the players are doing.
I told you that, this is going to be huge.
And just let this, Roger Goodell needs to come down on this harder than he has any player for any infraction. Mm-hmm. He has to.
Yeah, and you wonder how much more is going to come out. When does the bleeding stop? And then what are the repercussions? What's the end?
Right,
You know,
right.
what's the end result? What happens to Washington? What happens to the president? What happens to CEOs? What happens to the players involved in this? What happens to Jay Gruden? What happens to all this? You know, I mean, we already said that 15 to 20 girls have already come out. I mean, you know, what if they start coming forward with stories? I mean, some of these people, their lives are about to be really, really affected.
Oh my gosh, I don't think Jay Gruden's man. I don't know if he's ever going to coach again.
There's no way.
Well, and on the other side of this too is EA.
Allegations, by the way. These
Correct.
are
These are allegations. Yes.
I don't
yes.
want anybody to say this. I mean, we're
Yeah.
not saying this
Exactly like
exactly.
Donnie said, we're going to court. Dun, dun.
Yeah.
EA
Law and Order, good.
Yeah, and EA Sports on a lighter note is trying to change like as quickly as they can for their Madden games. They're trying to change their logo for the Washington football, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
Not Redskins.
Just kind of like a general team, like Washington, whatever. That's what they should call them, Washington Generals. That'd be great.
There you go. You might have
Like
came
a
up with the
general?
name.
Yeah, Washington Generals. There you
Well,
go.
what other general is there?
There's not.
Well,
Well, the Washington Generals.
It's like a general? No, like
Well, I mean, you got
no,
the
like
Washington
a captain.
General.
It's just the Washington captain. It's just the captains.
Well, and you
Washington
know-
first lieutenants. You know.
I was going to say like soldiers.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
Washington
saying. What
Generals.
other general is there?
I think I even sent you a.
Oh, Shaq, general. State.
Yeah.
The general insurance.
Yeah, there you
Oh
go.
my God.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot
go
about
to the
that.
general, save some time
Yeah.
or whatever.
Shaq,
it
you owe
says.
us some money for that, man. We plugged you in, babe.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
he's on some cruises once they open back up. I know he's like a spokesperson for
I think
Carnival.
I think anybody from the United States we're not allowed to go anywhere. Like they've
No.
blocked us from
I
everywhere.
I know.
But, you know, listen, we're sitting over here at Prime Social. Speaking of good times, I mean, these guys are playing poker. It's unbelievable. I'm not a great poker player, but these guys, they have it set up over here. Full bar, full
AKA,
kitchen.
come get your money. Play
Yes.
against Jeff.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I may sit down at a table when we're done here. I mean, they said it's free for an hour. You mentioned Sports with Balls. You get to play free for an hour.
That's crazy.
And it's your birthday.
That's
You should-
nuts.
Yeah, you could
No.
definitely.
No.
He said, no, I had too
I'm
many
not on doing
marks.
poker.
Had too many marks.
Have you ever played poker, Lauren? Are you good at that? You got a
No,
poker face?
you know what? I'm not. I'm not.
Not at all.
That's
No.
great input. Thank you.
That was on to
That
the
was-
next.
That was
No, I would need some
groundbreaking.
training. I really
Groundbreaking.
don't know. I know blackjack. You go to like what 21. but, like,
Okay,
I
we're
don't-
done.
All right, we got some history today, Grant.
Look, well, she might be one of those girls that, like, you take to Vegas, and first time players that don't know anything, they end up winning like a ton of money.
Can I tell you about my first time in Vegas?
Sure, Leah, let's go. We got time.
It wasn't too long ago, so it was funny. So I didn't know. I thought, okay, I have all my pennies saved up. I have all my coins to go to the slot
the
machine.
pennies saved up.
I have everything. Like
love
I'm
that.
gonna take my
This is
quarters,
great.
my nickels, my dimes, pennies, and they're like,
I imagine you with some like piggy bank.
No, I'm
you have,
imagining
like, all
the
your
big water
pennies.
jugs, like with that
Yeah.
you take to the bank, you dump it in. What are those
Yeah.
things called? The coin thing at the grocery
Oh,
store?
Oh,
know.
yeah, I know what you're
I
talking
haven't
about.
seen one of those in
Yeah.
forever, but I know what you're
Coinstar.
talking about. Coinstar. Yeah. Hey, Coinstar, you out there? You listening?
Yeah.
You want to be with us? All right. No, I'm just kidding. No, I went out there because I'm like, okay, that's what you do, right? You put your coins in the machine and then you play. And no, that's not what you do. They don't take.
You went
they don't take
downstairs from your
coins.
hotel room
We
with
we
a
stayed,
pocket full of coins.
Yeah, how did that look? Did you go in with like a cup,
What
or did you have
do?
like a bag?
I'm trying to figure this out. Did you
I
go
had my little coin bag.
a little like
It's like a little coin bag. It's my. my burnt
So like it's
orange
got the
little
like
coin
old,
bag.
like the old snap.
like it snaps open.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I have one in my.
like a grandma, like an old
I
grandma.
was just about to
the
say
little
that.
Click.
I was about to
They
say
used to
that,
have
but
their
I didn't.
cigarettes.
But I didn't want to get the look
They
from
had
her
their
like.
cigarettes and lighter in those.
Grandma.
They had their
Yeah.
cigarettes and
Oh,
lighter in
yeah.
those.
Oh, my grandma
remember
had
those.
that. Yeah, my
All right.
grandma was a smoker.
Did you win, Lauren?
I think I maybe won $1 or $2, but it's like a little receipt
But
that you go
you're the
take.
person that's not going to risk a lot. That's why you're penny, nickel, quarters.
Probably not.
Right.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you come
I'd
up
rather
here. You
spend
get
money
the,
on food, clothes,
listen, you can sit up here
travel,
and play for free. Play for free
Exactly.
here
For
at
an
Prime
hour.
Social.
That's
You good to go.
crazy when you
and
said
I'll learn
that.
how to get better.
That's
It's
crazy.
a little
What?
pocketbook full of change.
Yeah.
I got a pocket full of stuff.
I wonder if you're just. I just like to see you at the
Johnny's like,
machine.
no.
I like to see you at the machine with your little pouch and you just
Yeah.
like hit over.
That's
and
what I'm
put the thing in
imagining.
there and it's just like,
I'm
wow.
imagining
You
her
can't
just
do
sitting down there.
it. You can't do it. They give you the voucher things. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
That's fantastic.
Going back in history with you.
All right,
History.
NBA. Just some NBA news, real quick. The Rockets got some really, really uplifting stuff today. Westbrook reported today and is at the bubble.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, and what is comforting to hear is that you've got, like you said, 0 case. You got 0 guys testing positive, which means that we could potentially start this exactly as it's supposed to be with everybody playing.
I'm not sure if y'all heard the D'Antoni sound, but he said, you know what? Even Russell at his worst is still like better than the team. Did y'all hear that?
I didn't hear that. No.
Which I, couldn't completely.
Where do you, I
agree
mean,
with.
look, like we've gone over this, and we're gonna do our NBA special next week. But like the Rockets, if everybody's healthy, what are they? 4th, 5th best in the West?
Well, right now they're
4th.
6th.
Yeah.
Right now they're 6th. Yes.
Do they have a shot at winning this thing? I don't know, man.
I think in the West,
What do they call it, a shooter's chance? I mean, of course.
I think anybody in the West that is 7th seed or up, which the Mavericks are 7th seed, 7th seed or up, I think have an opportunity and a shot. Now in the East, no. I think there's like 1 or 2 teams in the East that have an opportunity, but in the West, yeah. I mean, the Rockets. Hey, I think the Rockets have a shot. Absolutely.
We'll see. I mean, I love the Rockets because obviously from Houston, and there's some teams out there, the Clippers, that are amazing. Denver's even still solid. Like, there's a bunch of teams out there that are really, really good. I don't see. I mean, even in the East, Milwaukee's, they're really good. They're not as good as those teams. I just don't think so.
Look, we need to take a poll before all these seasons start.
Yeah, we'll do our. I mean, look, we're gonna do our
See
baseball
what y'all
special.
think.
We're gonna
See
do our
what we
baseball
think.
special on Thursday, and then I think the following Monday is our NBA special. So, I mean, we're gonna ask. We'll even have some people call in, and we'll see what they think.
Oh.
Speaking of birthdays, earlier, birthday boy.
My turn.
The people that love this, I mean, people love this segment of the show, dude.
You know, I mean, I totally understand why.
Today in Grant's world, that's what we should call it.
I don't know what we can call it.
Grant's
I would just like to
history.
say, did you know
Grant's-
that? Because
Ulysses S.
no, better. But no, this is always a fun segment because I'm a history guy and I like history.
Well,
and
what's up? What
especially
happened?
sports
What
history.
happened today? I know one of them. Can I say one of them? Because I saw it earlier, which I think was awesome.
So yeah, you can just so everybody understands. Today's July 20th. So July 20th, 2020.
Everybody, it's my birthday.
2020. So yeah, but go ahead, Jeff.
Today, I don't know the year. Grant will probably get it to you.
1976.
1976, Hank Aaron hit his 755th home run, which was the last one of his Hall of Fame career.
You know who he hit it off of?
He has his first and last name begin with the same letter.
Yes. Ooh, nice. I'm proud of you on that. That's good. This name. He hit it off pitcher Dick Drago.
Dick Drago.
Yes.
Dick Drago.
That dude sounds like he should
Wonder
be a
what the
wrestler.
history- Remember when I sent you the
Yeah.
history? That is
Yeah.
a wrestling name.
Yeah.
Remember I sent you the history of that guy that like played for the Seattle Mariners for like 3 swings?
Yes.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
3 at bats. It was terrible.
Yeah,
But go ahead, man.
that poor guy. But-
July 20th, what happened?
July 20th, 1956, Yankee pitcher Whitey Ford ties
Baller.
AL record of 6 straight strikeouts.
Damn. Really?
56, Yankee pitcher Whitey Ford, yes. 1965, New York Yankee pitcher Mel Stoudemire hit an inside-the-park grand slam.
Whoa.
Okay.
One thing to think about with those stadiums back then, man, those dimensions in some of those stadiums were huge.
Yes.
Like the Polo Grounds. Polo Grounds, I mean, they had inside the park homers all the time, but having an inside the park grand slam home run,
That's
Right.
awkward.
that's
Ichiro doing it at the All-Star game
nuts. Yeah, I mean it's crazy to
in San Francisco. I remember that.
yes. July 20th, 1970. Did you know that Dodgers Bill Singer no hits the Phillies 5-0 and he gave up no walks? So my only thought there, if they don't classify it as a perfect game and they classified it as a no-hitter and he didn't walk anybody, then someone must have got on with an error.
Yes, of course. Pass
And-
ball.
Correct. Something happened where so I'd be pissed at that dude because I missed out on a perfect game because that dude committed an error or something.
Yep. It happens. I mean, look, the guy that pitched a perfect game and the umpire called.
Oh, yeah.
Called him out at first base. I mean, called him
Yeah.
safe at first base and was clearly out. That just
Yeah.
happened. I mean,
That was a couple years ago.
but
Yeah.
they just they appealed it not too
Yeah.
long ago and trying to get it reversed.
Yeah, and the ump was basically like, sorry.
Yeah.
Joe said Dick Drago sounds like a supervillain.
It does. That's what I said. Or like I said, like a
We said wrestler.
WWE
Yeah.
wrestler,
Wrestler.
like
Yeah.
Dick Drago.
All right, what else you got for us, Grant?
Boxing fans, well, I'll remember this. 1991,
Uh-oh.
Mike Tyson
Tyson!
was accused of raping a
Oh.
Miss Black America contestant.
Oh,
I remember that.
That came out.
That wasn't his
Yikes,
first. That wasn't his
spikes.
first accusation of rape.
Right. Yeah. So 1991, Mike Tyson, kind of along those same lines. So I'm so glad he did this. This really made a big difference on this. 1994, former NFL running back and broadcaster and actor O.J. Simpson offered a $500,000 reward for evidence of his ex-wife's killer.
Oh,
Wow. Wait, you're saying you said I'm really glad he did this. Were you referring to Tyson or
O.J. Simpson, and that was
because
hashtag
it comes out
sarcasm.
to be comical. Yeah, it comes out to be
Yeah.
comical at this point.
That he was like, I will give a $500,000 reward for the like, okay, dude, whatever. And now this is old school, but I just saw this. I thought this was really cool. July 20th, 1858. Did you know that the first fee was charged to see a baseball game?
Damn.
First
Where do you
time
come
somebody-
up with these things. I mean, don't tell
I just-
anybody, but
Wow.
My
18
I'm
what?
impressive. 1858.
58. Okay.
The first fee was charged, and guess what it was? What's your guess? If you had to guess, the first
Probably
price
one of
charged to
those.
see a baseball
Probably one of
game.
those things that Lauren takes to the slot machines.
I was
Probably.
gonna say like 5 cents. 10
50
cents.
cents. 50
50
cents.
cents.
Ah, man,
Wow.
back then that's actually a big. So I wonder if Chicago's pissed off. Like I wonder if that is like not letting in the goat. Remember,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was the curse of the goat.
Yeah. New York beat Brooklyn that day 22-18 in a,
Dude,
in
were
a
they even-
baseball game.
I mean, what was that? Softball?
I don't know. It sounds
Jesus.
like it. And then real quick, just get to birthdays. 1929, the founder of Little Caesars and owner of the Detroit Red Wings and Tigers, Mike Ilitch, was born in 1929.
Ooh, isn't that a stock market crash too?
A what?
I think so, yeah.
Stock market
I think
crash
so.
in 29.
Damn, that would be pretty interesting if you knew that.
1930, Chuck Daly, Hall of Fame coach, was born in Kane, Pennsylvania in 1930.
Chuck Daly was a baller.
Yes,
coached
sir.
the
Yeah, 1929.
coached the Olympic team.
Two-time NBA champion. I always thought, I wasn't a Detroit Pistons fan, but I always thought those teams were
Is
cool,
he
though.
Is he more famous for his NBA accolades or the dream team and not having Isaiah Thomas when he coached him?
Right. I would say probably the NBA titles. I mean, I think the players are more popular with that team than the coaching staff.
I do too. 'Cause
But
you don't recognize him as being the coach of those Detroit Pistons teams. You more or less, well, at least in my opinion, you recognize him as the coach of the dream team.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't know that Chuck Daly coached the Detroit Pistons to those titles and getting past Boston and that whole deal. You know,
Right.
but like you just think of Isaiah Thomas and like how mean they were.
Dennis Rodman, John Sally,
Yeah,
Vinnie
yeah,
Johnson, all those guys. In 1974, born, and the only reason I'm bringing this up because he's a former Ranger great, Big Money Benji Molina was born in Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico in 1974. Also, we talked about it earlier, 1975, the great Ray Allen was
Yes.
born in Merced, California on
Yeah.
today, July 20. 1996, got two more. 1996, Ben Simmons
Oh,
was born in Melbourne, Victoria. Of course, everybody knows Ben Simmons plays on the 76ers, #1 draft pick in 2016. And last, which I love this kid and everything that he stands for. 1995, does the name Shaquem Griffin
yeah,
mean anything
yeah.
to you?
He has one arm. He plays with his
Seattle.
brother in Seattle.
Seattle Seahawks, NFL player, St. Pete, Florida.
Hey,
Born.
dude, and his story is incredible, man.
Nuts, man.
And
That dude.
absolutely incredible story of what he went through, and has half an arm, and made the NFL, and plays with his brother. Which what a dream. Lauren's looking up right now. The Astros are up 1-0 on the Kansas City Royals. It looks like Springer might have hit a leadoff home run.
That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at.
That's
right
pretty
Here.
impressive. Is that to say a walk?
No, so Springer had double,
he did a double, and then somebody.
and
will
then
knock in.
Bregman.
So
With the
normal
RBI.
Astros things
Bregman
going
with the
on.
RBI.
Absolutely
Yep,
awesome.
Yep.
Absolutely love it. A couple of things from me. One of my childhood heroes passed away a a couple of days ago. Derek Ho, one of the most famous surfers out there. Just, man, I used to skip school to go surfing in Galveston to watch this guy, or just to try to be like him. I mean, he was one of the first guys. He pioneered the sport of surfing. I said it earlier. He's like the Tony Hawk of surfing. But Derek Ho passed away at 55 from a heart attack, and thoughts go out to his family and friends and whatnot. But just an amazing guy for the sport of surfing, which I love surfing. So that was real sad to see, especially the age of 55.
You still surf?
I haven't been in a while, but I mean, my son does now. I mean, he's 5 and he goes out there with a couple of friends of mine, and he tears it up, which I like. I mean, it's Galveston. You can't,
Right.
you're not going to go
How'd you
go
come-
pull into barrels.
How'd you come across Derek Ho? Like, how did he come across your radar?
Surfer magazines.
Okay.
When I was a kid, in high school,
those
used to go to like
things.
Shannon's, and skateboarding and surfing was cool back then. And you just see pictures of him and Pipeline, and the movie Point Break came out,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So that made surfing huge
Down
back. I think in
Utah.
1994. I was a junior in high school when that came out, and that was a big deal. So rest in peace.
All right.
Yeah, rest in peace, Derek Ho.
Another thing I'd like to say, going back to history of today, is the man on the moon. We talked about it before the show.
Yes, ma'am.
Man on the moon, first call, was it Nixon?
Nixon.
Was able to speak with him on the moon. Pretty cool stuff on July 20th, man.
Yeah, July 20th is a
You got
fantastic
a good
day.
date.
Yeah, it's a great day.
What else happened? There was a fight. Listen to this. So, because I'm a golf fanatic, right? Mm-hmm. Bryson DeChambeau has been hitting these bombs down the fairway, 420-yard drives, right? And Brooks Koepka, who's been winning a bunch of majors lately, who's been kind of like the big guy, looks a little ripped. He looks bigger than Tiger Woods, and he's won a few majors. Well, they get into it in the locker room, and Brooks Koepka basically accused him of being on steroids. And Bryson DeChambeau punched him right in the nose. They caused $75,000 in damage in the locker room at Jack's Place at the Memorial Tournament this past weekend, fighting each other.
So, who do you think's more out of place there, Koepka or DeChambeau?
I think Koepka was a little pissed, but DeChambeau, dude, he's huge.
He is.
He
He's big.
does look a little, and I don't know what golf test for. Are they is golf testing for HGH? I don't know, but he's huge. Like Koepka said, he goes, "You look like you gained 40 pounds," and then he said he looks like the what's his name from the old Seattle? Man, I can't believe.
I was going to say about being huge, like swinging a stick.
A golf club?
A golf club. I didn't want to say bat because obviously it's not a bat.
stick.
I don't play
this is
golf.
fantastic.
Sports with balls. Welcome to the show, Lauren.
No, but when you compare, when you look at other sports guys that are pitching or hitting, you can't work certain muscles because you can't get too big because you need that rotation in your arm.
Sure.
So I would imagine it'd be the same in golf.
But my
So
thing
it'd
with
be weird to see a big guy.
no, I mean it is. I mean to see DeChambeau and see how big he is weird. But like, what's that of any business of Koepka's though?
Well, I think Koepka's a little pissed. I keep up with a ton of golf, and Koepka's got a little knee injury. He's been playing like shit, and then all the talk is about how Bryson's hitting these long bombs down these 400 plus yard
yeah.
drives, and just told him basically you look like you're on steroids, and they got into it. It says
And
it
maybe
says in the
DeChambeau
article that they had that Bryson had 5 protein shakes.
What's in those shakes, bro?
Yeah, so I don't think they actually meant protein shakes. But I mean, dude, listen, it cost $75,000 in damage in a locker room. That wasn't a small. I mean, they went at it.
And those golfers, how straight-laced they are and professional. You know how probably bothered they were by that. Like, I'm sure a lot of them that were in the locker room didn't even know how to react.
Jack came out and said this is going to be good for golf. He's like, this is good publicity.
Yeah, it is.
Any publicity is good, right?
Yeah, but Koepka needs to get over it.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I agree completely. Final thoughts. Lauren, you got anything?
Be safe
Damn, it's already 8.
on the
I
roads.
know. Flying
I know,
through.
right? We just
Flying.
flew through this hour. That
Yeah.
was fun.
It's
Thanks for joining
Grant's
us.
birthday,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody. Listen, again, we are coming to you from Prime Social right here on Westheimer. Place is amazing, dude. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables of poker going on right now. Full bar, full kitchen. Amazing venue, and we just started Mondays here, so I'm super excited. And the Astros are winning. Are they still up? Are they still up 1-0?
1-0.
Can we
Yeah.
get an Astro report?
Literally.
Want to thank a couple of our sponsors, as always.
Correa's
Joe-
up.
Correa's up.
Speaking of,
Earlier in the show.
Correa is up, but of course.
We want to thank Joe Applewhite, Joe Applewhite Realty. If you're considering a move to Houston or anywhere in Texas, honestly, call this guy. Or if you know somebody that is, 713-291-5270. Mention Sports with Balls. He'll even pay for your move. Joe Applewhite Realty, 713-291-5270. Just an incredible guy. I mean, and he's really easy to talk to on the phone. I do it all the time. But maybe he's not that easy with me, though.
What do you mean?
I got a feeling he's a lot nicer to people that he's trying to sell a house to.
He's nice to me.
Well, yeah. Well, weren't you trying to buy a house soon?
Actually.
Also, Prime Texas Roofs, man. Everybody out here sees the rain that's coming in. There's tropical storms moving in. Check your roof. It's free, whether it's residential or commercial. You can count on Prime Texas Metal Roofs for any and all your roofing needs. Call today for a free obligation, 832-755-1440. That's Prime Texas Metal Roofs.
That is right. Hey, if it's raining money, I mean, you can just bring it over here. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
So she can make it all nickels and pennies and take it to Las Vegas.
It's raining coins over here in Lauren's world.
That would hurt. Hey, but it could be raining when you're here at Prime Social. So, but hey, this wouldn't be happening without Construction Concepts as well.
Mark and Josh.
Yes, they are changing the corporate culture one design at a time. For more than 22 years, they've earned the reputation of high-end design, expert building services across multiple industries, including hospitality, corporate, luxury retail, and medical facilities. So give them a call at 713-589-2682. That's buildhouston.com. And, of course, we love and thank you, Thiessen Law Firm.
Mark Thiessen.
They will take care of you when you mention Sports with Balls. You get your free consultation at 713-864-9000. That is 713-864-9000 at Thiessen Law Firm. And Grant, you got some final thoughts?
Two things I want to say. One, I know we don't talk soccer very often, but I did want to bring this up. Leeds United, which is a team I like and root for over there, they made the jump up from the second-tier league up to the English Premier League. So Leeds United, congratulations, you guys. I look forward to cheering and rooting for you guys. And I just want to say thanks, everybody, for birthday
Happy
wishes.
birthday,
Happy
Mr.
birthday.
It's been nice. Everybody's been saying birthday. You guys got me all this stuff. I appreciate it. I got balloons.
My
and
son actually
streamers.
picked out all this stuff for you, so you can thank him.
Well, thank you.
We went
I didn't
to
know your
Cole.
son's name. What's his name? Cole. Well, thank you, Cole. I appreciate it. Your dad did a great job of decorating it for me. It literally looked like he had it in a bag and poured it out. So
that's
I
kind of
appreciate
what we were
that.
going for.
Hey, but of course, we got to thank Prime
It's all good. I
Social.
appreciate
We
it.
got to
Yeah.
thank Prime Social for being here. Yeah,
sure.
And whenever you mention Sports with Balls, you get your first hour free. If you've never been here before, come check it out. You
I'm
can
gonna go
for
play.
free, or you can get a T-shirt, you can get a hat, or half-price food. I mean, so many options for your
So
first
you
time
mentioned
playing.
Prime Social, you get a T-shirt and a hat? Or
Sports
a
with
hat?
Balls, bro.
Oh, Sports with Balls. You mentioned Sports with Balls at Prime Social. You get a T-shirt or a hat, and you get or play for an hour free.
You get to
Damn.
choose whatever
Whoa.
you want.
Yeah, I'm in.
Exactly. Westheimer Road.
I'm in. We're here. Hey, listen, thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate it. We're going to be back on Thursday. Our baseball special will be Thursday live at 7 p.m. And we'll see you there. Again, happy birthday, Johnny J. We appreciate you for everything that you do over here. Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, Grant Miles, Sports with Balls. See ya Thursday.
And let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do